What's the best alcohol on a diet? I am literally the only person in this industry with the credibility to make this video. I promise you this is the one video you've been looking for. I'm 22 years old, I'm in my 5th year of college. No, I didn't fail out, I'm actually in a 6-year program. I was in the top fraternity at my school. Saying that I've had fun over the past 4 years would be an understatement. I am promising you I am more than qualified to make this video. Major disclaimer, this video is going to be covering what the best form of alcohol is on a diet related to calories. 3-4 years ago, I'd be looking up videos like what's the best alcohol on a diet, and some dude would be like, oh well, here's the best alcohol to avoid hangovers. Like hangovers, bro? What? I can deal with being hungover, I can't deal with being fat. If you have alcohol, best, and diet in the same sentence, then you best be talking about calories, because weight loss or maintaining a lean physique is literally 100% calories in versus calories out, and alcohol has so many calories, far more than any of you are probably aware of, in which you'll find out in this video. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. What is the best form of alcohol to be consuming on a diet in regards to giving you the biggest bang for your buck when saving calories? Now, first off, I have to address the elephant in the room. Hard alcohol versus beer. Now, there's this crazy common global misconception that hard alcohol is superior to beer when saving calories. This is partially true to an extent, but not in the way that 99% of people believe. One shot of pretty much any hard alcohol is going to have about 100 calories. Likewise, pretty much any light beer, you know, Bud Light, Coors Light, etc., is going to have about 100 calories. In other words, one shot is the equivalent of one light beer. So if you have one Bud Light, that would be the equivalent of a shot of vodka. If you have 10 Bud Lights on a night out, that would be the equivalent of having 10 shots on a night out. The same exact amount of calories. Now still, hard alcohol might have a slight edge over beer because you are more likely to drink hard alcohol faster because it's a smaller amount of volume. When you drink alcohol in a smaller window, you get to your buzz quicker. The average person is probably more likely to have like 8 shots in an hour compared to having like 8 Bud Lights in an hour. If you're drinking beer, you know, you'd probably end up having to drink like 12 beers in a space of 3 hours to get the same buzz as somebody who can drink 8 shots in 1 hour, which would end up being 1,200 calories instead of the 800 calories. Now I know there's gonna be that one dude in the comments that's like, no bro, I shotgun like 8 beers in like an hour, bro. What are you talking about? Alright bro, I'm just saying. The average person is probably more likely to consume hard alcohol faster than beer simply because it's much less volume. So sure, hard alcohol may be able to indirectly help you save calories because it's a bit more efficient, but it's not like inherently lower calorie than beer. Now in the short term, yes, you are probably going to find that you feel a bit more bloated drinking beer compared to hard alcohol, and yes, beer can temporarily raise your estrogen levels a bit higher, but that's just in the short term. Realistically, one shot of hard alcohol is the equivalent of one light beer in terms of calories. And this is coming from somebody who primarily drinks hard alcohol. My freshman and sophomore year, I carried this handle of Raspberry New Amsterdam everywhere I went. New Amsterdam, if you're watching this, let's get the sponsorship going. Yeah, they're not gonna see this. Anyways, people would tell me like, no bro, a shot is high in calories, and I was just like, nah bro, well I'm saving so many calories. I just refused to believe it. Then one day, I remember this like it was yesterday. I was actually at the dining hall and my friend was like, no, I'm telling you, a shot has 100 calories. I was just like, no bro, you're wrong, because I was arrogant and thought I knew everything and I didn't. So I googled it and it was like, yes, a shot is 100 calories, and my jaw literally dropped. It was like that Pikachu meme, you know, when he's like, that was literally me. I was just in disbelief. I was in shock. My heart like sank. I was like, wow, this whole time I thought I was saving so many calories, but the reality was that I wasn't. All right, so hard alcohol may be slightly better because it's more efficient and you can drink it faster, but it's not just like you're inherently saving calories compared to beer. Oh, well, bro, there's like heavier beers that are higher in calories than Bud Lights. Yes, I am well aware, but guess what? Those beers also have more alcohol content in them. Here is the thing about alcohol calories that you guys have to understand. Alcohol calories are proportionate. That's because alcohol itself contains calories. Per 1 gram of alcohol, there's 7 calories. So a product that has a higher alcohol content percentage is obviously going to have more calories in it because there is more alcohol in it, and alcohol contains calories. So yes, heavier beers like IPAs and Sam Adams do have more calories compared to lighter beers like Bud Lights and Coors Lights, but that's because they have more alcohol content in them. If it takes you like 10 Bud Lights throughout the night to get your desired level, it would probably just take you like only 7 Sam Adams. In fact, there's almost a perfect linear correlation to the amount of alcohol something has and how many calories it has in it. And the only reason why there's not a literal perfect correlation is because of minor differences in carbs between products that make the smallest amount of impacts, and which I'll cover a bit later in this video. But regardless, if you just look at the alcohol content something has in it, you could take a wild guess as to how many calories it's going to contain. Now, there are actually some ways you can save calories while drinking alcohol, which I'll cover later in the video. But for your information, one shot of hard alcohol is the equivalent of one light beer. And yes, although heavier beers do have more calories than lighter beers, that's because they have more alcohol per serving in them. Now we are going to dive in between the differences, or should I say not so differences, between the hard alcohols and beer. So as far as what's the best hard alcohol to get the biggest bang for your buck and saving calories, it's actually tequila. Just kidding, that's complete bullshit, bro. Why does everybody think that? Who is telling you this information? Who told you that tequila is the best hard alcohol? It's not. I'm literally gonna go to their house and beat their ass. Like, bro, Tequila, vodka, gin, whiskey, they're all the same. One standard 1.5 ounce shot between all of them is going to be about 100 calories. So if you have a shot of tequila in this hand and a shot of vodka in this hand and they're the same amount of volume, they're going to be the same exact amount of calories. Now in general, like the average bottle of vodka or tequila is going to have about 40% alcohol content. Like if you just hit up your plug, you're like, yo bro, can you get me a bottle? And you get a bottle, it's gonna be like 40% alcohol. The only possible way that tequila shot would be less calories compared to that shot of vodka would be A, your plug got you a lower alcohol content tequila, like say he gave you one that had like 20%, which is pretty hard to come by, then yeah, that would have less calories because guess what? There'd be less alcohol content in it, so therefore less calories because alcohol has calories, like I said. So you would end up just needing more shots of the lower alcohol content tequila to get to the same level. Or B, there's just a smaller amount of tequila in that shot. So if you pour half a shot of tequila in a full shot of vodka, then yeah, no shit, the tequila shot is going to be less calories because it's only half. So no, all of the hard alcohols are literally identical in calorie content. Just drink whichever one you like drinking the best. Now, as far as like beer and Trulies go and shit like that, as I mentioned earlier, their calories are pretty much just proportionate to the amount of alcohol they have in them, but they can have some minor differences in carbs that can spike the calorie intake a little bit. Now, say like you're just like going to a restaurant to have a casual drink with pops, then I do think it would be beneficial to have a lighter beer. If you're only having one drink, why would you get like an IPA or a heavy Sam Adams that has like 200, 300 calories when you could just get a Bud Light or a Coors Light that only has 100 calories? That should make perfect sense. But if you're just like getting blackout hammered with the boys, then really it's just gonna end up evening out and it's all just going to be proportionate. You drink like 10 Bud Lights or like 7 Sam Adams to get to like the same level of like drunkenness. It really just like isn't gonna make that much of a difference. And the only smallest of differences there is between the carb intakes between the beers. Now here's the thing, people like look at like carbs, not even just with alcohol, but in general, they look at carbs as like the enemy. They're like, oh my god, this is carbs and I'm gonna get fat. Well, let me let you in on a little secret. Carbs do not make you fat, calories make you fat. Now alcohol companies will purposely put low carb on their drink, like Trulies, they'll put like 2 gram carbs to trick the viewer. So the viewer's like, oh, this is like low carb, yeah, this is so good for me, I'm not gonna gain weight drinking this. Well, guess what, it still has 100 calories, who gives a shit? One Truly, again, 100 calories, the equivalent of a Bud Light. It doesn't really matter. The only 2 things you should be looking at is the calorie intake and the alcohol percentage. You have to understand that alcohol companies have absolutely zero incentive to jack up their carbs. So say you have company A and company B. They both have the same exact amount of alcohol content for the same amount of volume. Company A, say, puts 0 carbs in their product, but then company B decides to put 5 grams of carbs in their product. Well, guess what? Company A's product is going to be less calories than company B's product because pretty much every single calorie coming from company A's product is coming from straight alcohol. So say theirs is set at like 100 calories, and keep in mind, right, they have the same exact amount of alcohol content in them, but because company B decided to put 5 grams of carbs in theirs, that's going to add an additional 20 calories to their product because there's 4 calories per gram of carbs. So in product B, you have just the 100 calories worth of alcohol, and then you have those additional 20 calories from the carbs that they decide to put in their product. So if the consumer goes in and they see that both of these products have the same exact amount of alcohol content, but product B is just 20 calories higher, then obviously everybody is going to get product A. All right, billions of people in the world care about how they look, they care about saving calories. Alcohol companies do their very absolute best to limit the amount of carb intake in their products, that way they can put the lowest possible amount of calories on their cans. And sure, yes, there are some minor differences between carbs and alcohol products, but guess what? Even if you got company B's drinks, you'd be saving a whopping 20 calories. Just go like this with your finger 20 times and just burn that off, all right? That's like nothing. Even if you do worry about carbs, you would be saving yourself tens of calories. It's just such a minimal amount. It's not even worth worrying about, all right? So I wouldn't even bother worrying about the carbs. You would be saving yourself such a small amount of calories. It's nothing to even like trip over. So between beer, Trulies, White Claws, and all of that, there really just isn't a clear winner because their alcohol calories are proportionate and the differences in carbs make a minimal difference. So here is how you are actually going to save calories while drinking alcohol. When you are going out on a heavy night of drinking, your goal is to make sure that every single calorie that is going into your buzz is coming from lean alcohol calories. Now there happen to be these very popular drinks that I haven't touched upon yet that people absolutely love to drink, such as mixed drinks and margaritas. These are massive red flags. If you're making a drink at home and you have like this amount of alcohol, then you just pour like a Sprite or a Coke, bang, you have the alcohol calories and a bunch of just extra like bullshit soda and juice calories. I've seen margaritas get up to like 600 calories, and I guarantee you the vast majority of those calories weren't even coming from alcohol calories. Now making these mixed drinks and margaritas from home are already bad enough, but they're 10 times worse at restaurants and bars because most bars are legally only allowed to pour like 1 shot in their drink. So you get 1 tiny shot of alcohol, then it's a bunch of like Sprite and Coke and just bullshit extra soda and juice calories. People be going to the bars and clubs and they're like vodka cran, vodka Sprite, Captain Coke, all this bullshit, and the majority of calories they are consuming in their drinks aren't even going to their buds. It drives me crazy when people do this. So when you're getting hammered, you really just want to make it lean alcohol calories and minimize those excess calories that come from chasers, mixers, and bullshit like that. Now there's two ways to do this. A, when you're at a bar or a club or just making your own drinks from home, make sure you stick to just shots or just beer, because pretty much every single calorie coming from those are going to be straight alcohol calories that will go to your buzz without the hundreds of excess soda and juice calories. Or option two, just simply make your mixed drinks with diet soda. All right, Diet Mountain Dew, Sprite Zero, Diet Coke, those all have 0 calories. I know a lot of you out there love mixers and you're just like, bro, I don't want to give up mixies. I'm not saying you have to. If you just make your mixtures with diet soda, then guess what? You have the alcohol plus something that makes it taste better without all the hundreds of excess calories that come from the standard sodas. Now, I totally understand that a lot of people are sus about diet soda. A lot of people think that drinking diet soda is linked to cancer. Now, Greg Doucette has actually made a couple of videos regarding this topic in which he picked apart those studies. I trust Greg Doucette more than anybody in the fitness industry, and I've also done quite a bit of my own research on the topic. I personally believe that diet soda is fine to drink. I'm not your dad. I'm not going to tell you what to do and what not to do. You can make your own decisions, but I wouldn't push anything that I don't do personally. I put on so many people to drinking the diet soda, and they're like, thank you, Jack, this was the best tip we've ever heard, because they're saving hundreds of calories when they go out now, because instead of just mixing their drinks with the regular sodas that have hundreds of calories, they're using diet soda which has 0 calories. But again, everybody is entitled to their own opinions. I totally understand why you'd be against drinking diet soda. Now, if you're that guy that is not concerned with the health effects of diet soda, you're just like, nah bro, it doesn't taste good with mixed drinks, I don't want to do this.
I'm literally going to strangle you through the freaking screen.
Like, just suck it up and drink the damn diet soda. Oh, this makes you taste so bad because it's diet soda, not regular soda. Like, bro, what? No, they taste like the same thing, bro, all right? You will save yourself hundreds and hundreds of calories just substituting regular soda with diet soda, I am telling you. Now, if you're interested in the diet soda cheat code, well, here's the massive flaw. Sure, if you're just like in your house or at a house party or a pregame or something, you can just bring your own soda and drink whatever you like. But if you're at a public place like a restaurant, bar, or a club, you can't really be like, yo, bro, can I get the vodka, diet Sprite, or the Captain Diet Coke? They're not gonna have diet sodas there. So unfortunately, if you order mixed drinks in those places, you're going to be forced to have just standard juices, standard Coke, standard cranberry, and all that bullshit. So at a bar, club, or public venue, to get the biggest bang for your buck on a night out of heavy drinking, you are going to be forced to get straight shots or just beer, because that way every single calorie that goes into your buzz is coming from lean alcohol calories. So realistically, to actually save you calories, as long as you cut out those excess calories from the juices and sodas and make sure they are all lean alcohol calories, shots, regular beer, Truly's, shot, and like a diet soda mixed drink, it's just pick your poison and roll with it. Because like I said, due to the fact that alcohol calories are proportionate, it's pretty much just drink whatever you want, whether it's fewer heavy beers or more lighter beers. You're going to end up taking in a relatively similar amount of calories to get to your desired buzz. So to summarize this video, as you can see, there's really no clear answer as to what the best alcohol on a diet is, because alcohol calories are proportionate, although maybe hard alcohol could give you the biggest bang for your buck simply because it's more efficient. At the end of the day, you only live once, and it's mad fun to party and have a good time every now and then. That is how you are going to get the biggest bang for your buck in pretty much every single social situation. I really hope this video helped you guys out and clear things up. If you guys want me to make like any more alcohol videos, let me know in the comments. Any video related to alcohol and fitness I could cover easily. If this video helped you guys out, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. That would really help me out. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.